여러분 안녕하세요. 네덜란드의 농업이 세계적으로 유명하고 또 농업의 여러 분야가 있지만 역시 가장 잘 알려진 분야는 화훼 분야라고 할 수 있습니다. 네덜란드의 화훼 분야는 100년이 넘는 전통을 가지고 있는데요. 주로 재배하는 품종은 여러분 잘 아시는 튤립, 장미, 그리고 국화가 있습니다. 이런 여러 화훼 품종 중에서도 오늘은 친환경 장미농가인 로즌앤라다이스에 와 있습니다. 네덜란드처럼 농업이 첨단화되어 있고 또 선진 농업인 네덜란드에서 친환경으로 장미를 재배하는 것은 어떤 모습인지 한번 들어가서 얘기를 들어보겠습니다.
My name is Martijn and my father, I own this company of my father and my father owned it from his father. And he started after the Second World War. My grandfather had all different kinds of flowers, then carnations and roses, and my father made out of that a rose company, and I took it over and I made a shop in it, and practically I'm doing what I'm like. That's what I'm doing, and it goes out well so far. When I was 20 and now 50, so 30 years ago I took over the business, and then we had like a modern business with lights and substrate and everything, and yeah, however it did grow in that time. But now I see it was not really the right choice that we made. My father grew up in a time that poison and chemicals to grow them, and that was his education. And now we see the damage of that period. Eight years ago, I grew them on substrate, and I had the woolly plant loose. And that's not easy, it's not difficult to kill, but there's some woolly around it. So you have to really get him with poison before you hit him. And he sits always in places where you can't easily come. So you know if you spray, there's always 10% left over, which you didn't reach. So if I knew if I grow them in this way, I have to spray my whole life with poison. So I thought, that's not what I'm gonna do. So my grandfather never had problems with that woolly loose plant. So I thought I could start growing like my grandfather. So I threw everything out. My father said, "You're crazy," and he still think I'm crazy. But I threw everything out, and the plants which are growing in bags, I just put them on the ground, knife below, and put them on the ground. And the moment I put them in the ground, I never had any plant with woolly loose. So I knew I'm on the right spot. The main thing of a rose is, if you buy a rose, if somebody's sick, if somebody's birthday, you give a little bit of your soul away, yes? But if you grow them on that way with growing and figures and the computer and everything is arranged, it's almost like a factory. You give the rose, but you don't give the soul of the rose. And this time you can say it. 10 years ago they say, you're a little bit weepy. But now in this time, people start realize more and more that we're not doing really something right. There's something which we certainly do wrong. And I think that's one of the things. Everything is going automatically, going faster, it's going more straight, costs less money. But life also getting down. Huh? If you produce with light, you damage your neighborhood because there's going a lot of light, and also poison is also not good. In France, there's Parkinson is a profession illness, so they know already if you're a farmer you get a higher chance of Parkinson, and it's related to the poison, and also the chemicals are finishing, so everything is out of balance. And I think if you're a company, you're also you have to take care of your neighborhood, yes? And your village has to take care of the city, and the city has to take care of the land, and the land has to take care of the whole planet. So it started with you. And if you grow them like everybody's doing with poison and chemicals, your footprint is so huge. Somehow you're getting we say in Holland, you get the lid on your head. And we're reaching that point. that everything is out of balance, everything is out of control. One big problem is if you grow them like that if you grow, for example, strawberries, yes, you grow strawberries here on big area, yes, and you grow them on substrate. So you get them out of the cool cells, you put them in, and after 6 weeks you have strawberries. When they're out, you get them out, you get the new ones in, and you can grow strawberries forever. But my grandfather, he had also strawberries in the old days. He grew them, he planted them in the autumn, then it's got in the winter power, he said, and in the springtime you get the sun, and in the summertime in Holland always you get the first strawberries in summertime when the days are the longest. So we call them also summer queens because they're saying, summer, here we are. And you get them on your bread and you slice them, a little bit sugar, and they were delicious, like a piece of cake you were eating. And now if you're eating the strawberries out of the shop, they taste like nothing. But they're called strawberries, and that for my grandfather are also called strawberries. But that's totally different way around, yes? So he has to sit on his knees, get the weeds away, 1 year, 1 square meter, and he gets a lot of times from that 1 square meters, yes? So what's in the shop, it's almost waste. It's made cheap, it is faster. But if you grow them biological, it's totally different. And they say it's expensive, but it's not expensive. It's just what we need. And I think if you grow them on this way, it's much more profit on 30 years if you grow them like fast, and because it costs also a lot of money. For example, my waste, I make compost out of it. Otherwise I have to pay for my waste. And I have to pay for my chemicals to grow my roses. Now I make compost out of it, so it's my feed. So I don't have any waste problems and I don't have any feed. So two big accounts which I lost. And now I grow them with the season. So I don't also have no heating system anymore. I don't have heating cost. So my costs are like 10% what it used to be. I told you there were 200 grows and then only 2 leftovers, one real big one and I am. So in this area, yeah. And in the other part of Holland there are some growers left, but they're not massive growers, but the one which are left over are really big. So yeah, that's really nice growing. And if you do, and now I did make a little mistake in my roses, I had some thinking, and that's stupid because the nature is always the boss. But then the damage is not that bad. But if you are having a big cost price and then you make a mistake, yeah, then you can go, it's finished with your company. And that's also how the growers in the moment to grow in Holland. If you make a mistake, you're over. It's finished. And that's not nice to grow roses and have always in mind, if I do something wrong, it's finished. If we grow from lettuce, yes, we have to saw it, we have to plant out, we have to put it on our knees, put it in the ground, starts growing, we have to take care, nothing happening, then we cut it out, put it in the shop. Then my labor, it needs €3.50, maybe €4 each lettuce, yes? But if you see them in the shop, they're sometimes for less than €1, for 70 cents. So we have to make a story, and then you see also our economy is going faster and faster and faster, and everything break down what's energy what we put in. But that's really important to put the love of the grower, the love of the man who sells the lettuce, yes. But that's all not worth anymore. So at this time we can almost not grow biological with those prices. So I have to get people which are mental not good, and they help me, I help them. But that's the way how we can survive. So we're on a real strange time at the moment. That you can't grow on a normal way plants and make money out of it. So you have to grow. And then it's the other way. If I try to grow them biological, so I have to remark myself. I have to say that. I said this is biological. But if I say that, the government says, yeah, if you say that, you have to, remark. You have to. Must be by law that you are biological. So I have to pay some companies to look at and then I can have a mark from I'm a biological, yes. But if you grow with poison, You sit one evening on your internet and you get your license to spray poison. It's really easy. It's not hard at all. And I can spray cotton and I can grow myself a regular grower with poison. But if you grow them on a biological way, you have to pay money. You have to remark yourself. And that's really strange. So they're saying full of shit from, yeah, we have to go biological and we have to go. They don't want it. There's so much business behind that. How easy is it to change only that rule? So if you're biological, you're natural. And if you grow them on poison, you have to certify yourself and put it on this is grown with poison and with chemicals. But they don't do that. And that's really strange. So you're fighting a little bit like Don Quixote. You're fighting against the big meals.
Situation in Korea, many like second generation of the farmer, they don't want to be farmer anymore.
Yeah.
In Korea, how is the situation in Netherlands, and how come your son got to be interested in what you do?
He's interested in a lot of things, but I think it got the same problem. Like I took over the business of my father, and it did go down. That's not the most nice business to take over. And now you see the same. I told you, if you grow lettuce on a normal way, you won't get any money. So I think that's the main problem. It's not sexy to grow in the flower business and with poison and all that stuff. And if I see around a lot of old growers, I know 5 persons with Parkinson, you know, and that's, yeah. Is that something which we have to give in our children? So I don't think we made really not a nice business. So we have to change before we make it attractive for the children. Or maybe they're gonna change, I hope.
이런 얘기 해도 되나? 친환경 장미농가에 와서 장미 냄새를 맡았어요. 근데 정말 그 영상에도 아마 보셨을 텐데 냄새가 그 어느 뭐 샤넬이나 그 어느 그 향수에 비할 바가 아닙니다. 그 자연스러운 장미의 그 냄새가. 근데 사실 밖에서 이제 꽃을 사면 그런 냄새를 맡기가 힘들거든요. 역시 친환경에 맞춰서 자연의 순리에 맞게 이렇게 재배를 하면 그런 향기도 살아나고 그런 또 새로운 모습을 오늘 많이 배울 수 있었습니다. 그런 의미에서 샤넬이요? 샤넬 향수를 사는 것보다 네덜란드에 와서 친환경 장미 농가에 오세요.